Obesity and cancer. I'm sure you've heard that there is a link between obesity and cancer, and I'm here today to say that I'm an example of that. I'm not 100% positive, and it's probably impossible to figure it out, how I got cancer, and especially why I got cancer at the age I did. And for most people, there's multiple different reasons why people can get cancer. But there is definitely scientific studies that say that obesity is linked to cancer. Now, my mother had cancer at the age of 60. She had a uterine cancer, she had a full hysterectomy, and it was removed. I knew this in my history. When I started having complications from menopause, I started getting ultrasounds, going to the doctor. There's overgrowth in your uterus or overgrowth cells, and these could develop into cancer cells. They're precancerous. Well, I had a 4-month-long period at one point. I probably was in the hospital or went to emergency 2 or 3 times a year for a couple of years, thinking I was hemorrhaging. It was pretty bad. So I realized that maybe something was going wrong. The doctor did 3 biopsies and said, yes, there's a 25% chance you have cancer already. And if you do nothing, then it's a 50% chance that you could get cancer in the future. So I went ahead and had a full hysterectomy April of 2022, which was incredibly painful, hard to recover from. And when they did the biopsy after the surgery, they did say that I had tumors in my uterus and they were cancerous. And so I'm very glad I had that done. It was stage 1 cancer, thankfully, and it was caught early, but I was 52 years old. So my mother, who's never been obese in her life, got cancer, same kind of cancer at age 60. I got it at age 52. Now, I was obese for about 5 years, but I was off and on overweight over a 30-year time frame, yo-yo dieting, in and out of being overweight. So I believe that the last 4 or 5 years where I was obese and then I had all these complications with my period, that this very well could be why I got cancer earlier than my mother. So for me, I think there is a link. I was already having other health issues, which I've talked about in other videos, the diverticulitis, high blood pressure, high resting heart rate. And so it's very, very logical that the cancer came earlier for me because of that. Now, I understand people can have genetic predisposition to cancer and not actually get it. What I do know is that thankfully the cancer is gone. They did catch it. I was in the process of losing weight by that time already. By the time I had my hysterectomy, I'd already reached my goal weight. And thankfully, the second biopsy I had came back with saying there's no cancer there, but I do have to have regular checkups still because the cancer can return. I'm very keen on keeping a healthy weight, being in the healthy weight category, and not gaining weight past up into the overweight category because of this link to cancer and obesity. And for me, the link related to the link to endometrial cancer. So that's my story. That's my feelings about it. That's my opinions, my ideas on this subject. And let me know in the comments if any of you have also dealt with issues of cancer when you've been obese and what's your experience with it. And maybe you have some opinions on that that can shed light on for other people too, and what if you feel there's a link. I do agree that science changes and evolves, and I like the fact that science, when new information is brought forward, science has an ability to change and say, let's do another study, let's look at this in another way. But I do believe that anecdotal studies, such as people telling their own stories, can also help. And they have helped me immensely. People's stories and how other people have dealt with things have helped. I will add at the end here to say that women and menstruation, hormones, etc., has not been studied as much as generalized scientific research. So that to me is one reason why anecdotal studies, anecdotal stories help out in this, to give some background. And when there's a bulk of people that have things in common, we can go from there. I know I'm going to have a lot of people disagree with me. This is my story, and this is my experience, and this is where I'm moving forward, trying to learn and grow from under other people and from my own experience, and becoming a better person with time, improving with age. So, thanks for watching.